Hi, Clayton. My name is Joell. I'm calling from Southern California. I have two rental condos with HOAs, and I'm looking to change one of my rentals into an Airbnb and was wondering what you thought about that. So, love your feedback. Okay, thanks. Bye.
Okay, you've got two condos. You've got they have a homeowners association, and you're thinking about converting one of them from a long term rental. It sounds like into I think I was clear on that, into an Airbnb. Um, what are my thoughts on that? Well, number one, my first thought is, does your HOA allow it? This is why, as you know, if you listen to the show, homeowners associations, I am not a fan of. I'm not a fan of some group of people that can dictate how I use my property. So I've never been a fan of homeowners associations. Now, a little caveat here is that we at Morris Invest, we are the properties that our team builds. Does we have a few townhomes that have an association, but the association is only for mowing the lawn and snow removal. That's it. That's it. There's no, hey, you can't use this property because it's, you can't use it as an Airbnb. None of that. Simply for just taking care of the grass and leaf removal, stuff like that. So I'm okay with that. That way, in my opinion, that way it ensures that your property always looks great, So totally different than like a full-on homeowners association. Let me just kind of go back. When I would move to Orlando, the very first property I ever bought was a one-bedroom property. It was on a golf course. It was in a condominium complex. And as soon as I moved in, there was an assessment, a homeowners association assessment, where they were going to redo the whole roof and paint the whole building. And here I am, like a young buck. I hardly had any money, and now I have to pony up like $2,800. It was like 5 or 6 months of mortgage payments for me in one. I was like, I can't afford this. What? Because the homeowners association decreed that that's what they were going to do. So first of all, I would absolutely check. Maybe I'm just blowing hot air here and you've already checked this, and so it's not a big issue to you, but a homeowners association can turn on a dime as it relates to Airbnb. You'll find that we had a property that my wife and I owned in an area, Pennsylvania. It was a vacation area. And the homeowners association sent around a meeting minutes that they were about to vote on whether or not they would allow anybody to use their homes anymore as Airbnbs. They were getting complaints in the neighborhood from people that were, and then there would be parties and loud music on the weekends, and then so. Trust me, I'm telling you, you just got to be careful about these homeowners associations. So that's my first feeling on that. Airbnb can be great as long as it's managed properly. It's a totally different animal than long-term rental. Okay, and so it really. You want to make sure, at least in my opinion, the people that I see that do Airbnb strategies, they're really fully involved in that strategy. Like they're going 100% into that Airbnb strategy. And that means they're stocking up their IKEA purchases for placemats or all the sorts of things that you have to make sure that the house is ready for as it comes to for Airbnb style strategy. You want to make sure that certain things are locked up in the house, cleaning supplies and other things. You have that whole turnover. Again, it's a whole strategy that I've only done it partially, so I can't speak to it in the way that other experts do. And I just would sort of want to ask you, like, what is the goal? I mean, obviously it sounds like it's the profitability instead of having a short-term tenant or having a long-term tenant, having that short-term tenant. But you got that constant tenant turnover. You have obviously a cleaning crew that needs to get in there in between visits. So if you've got all that lined up and you've got it all structured in such a way, I have people that literally have it down to a science where there's a local winery. They get their wine from the Costco, they get like whatever, the $4 bottle of wine from Costco. They put it there with a welcome card with some cookies. Like 3 times a week, they're buying this bottle of wine for their new tenants that are coming in on an Airbnb. And they have a cleaning crew that goes in, does the whole system. They're paying a cleaning crew. They're paying someone that goes and puts and sets up the new cookies with the bottle of wine and gives them the internet access information and then, all of that printout. And so it's a lot. It's a different strategy than having a property management company that's managing a long-term rental, which is my strategy. So a lot to consider there. And I wish you luck on it. I'd love to hear what you decide to do, and I'd love to hear a follow-up call from you, Jolie, about what the homeowners association said to you, because they might be fine. Here's my point. They might be fine with it now. But then what happens if you suddenly they say, no, you can't do this anymore? And now you've built a whole infrastructure around what your homeowners association says. So again, some things to consider there. But thank you for the question. Book a call with us. You can go to morrisinvest.com if you're ready to take that real estate investing journey. We're happy to jump on the phone with you for 30 minutes for free and map out your financial freedom roadmap, and then point you in the right direction. So just go to our website, morrisinvest.com, and you can click on the little voicemail button down there on the right-hand side of your screen too, so you can leave us a 30-second voicemail here on the show, and we will attempt to answer it next time. Now go out there, everyone. Take action. Become a real estate investor. I believe it's the number one way to build wealth. We'll see you next time.